Hi parents, this is Usha once again with you with a new topic and opening up a new horizon which is based on questioning. Yeah, I did mention to you that I'm going to be talking about competency based education, which is CBE. However, before I embark into competency based education, it's very important for us to understand certain concepts. And one among them happens to be questioning. Yes. When I say questioning, it means how to ask questions or how can you answer your children's question. So should they ask question at all? These are the questions that can be answered in this session. I just want to, as usual, I definitely want to take you through a narration. In fact, you know that I was a principal of a school. In fact, I was the director of education then. So on one occasion, I happened to interview a teacher. So the teacher came to me and she said, "Ma'am, I'm not prepared for a demonstration. Is it all right if I tell them a story?" I said, true enough. Just go ahead. Because that interview was for a primary class teacher. So she went on to the class. It was grade 1. 40 children. And then I was there marking her skills. At that point of time, she started off with, "Once upon a time, there was a thirsty crow." The minute she said that, a child from the left-hand corner got up and he asked her, "How do you know that she was thirsty?" Okay. A child from the right-hand corner stood up. He said, "Arey, you don't know this? She must have really flown or she must have traveled a long distance. She must be really thirsty." Then another child got up and he said, "But why should it be in a place where there were only stones?" She had no answer. She was sweating profusely. She started doubting herself with a little bit of, to make herself comfortable with the sari. And then again, another child said, "Probably it could have been in a construction site where there were stones and pebbles." Good. So she continued saying that she picked up one by one and she started dropping and the water came up. Okay, fine. Another child stood up and he said, "And why should she put a beak into drink?" So what the other child in the class stood up and said, "What could she do then?" It's as simple as this. This was the straw. This was the last stroke. The child got up and he said, all that he would have done is cow, cow, cow. And all her friends would have gathered and they would have pecked at the pot and they would have drank the water. The whole storyline changed. What I'm trying to get across, my dear parents, is this. Children are curious. Children want to know everything. There should be an answer. I gave you that example only to ensure that how a children can co-create a story itself. They were only questioning. There were only questions, valid questions that were asked and they were answering it. So, in fact, what I want to tell here is there are two types of questioning. One is the closed one, which is called a closed-ended question, and the open-ended question. Second is the open-ended question. What do we mean by that? Which means when you're having a closed-ended question, it's all about yes, no, yes, no. It's more of instruction-based. Just imagine or just think about how you deal with your children. Think about the conversation that you had from the morning till evening. You will only find that you have had only a closed-ended question, which is either instruction or information. So there has not been a dialogue, a kind of communication. Okay, did you do your homework? Or how many marks did you get? Where have you lost your marks? What happened? Who is the highest in the class? Oh no, you could have done much better than this. So these are the questions that we keep asking the children, aren't we? We do. But what we require is the open ended question. How do I do it, ma'am? You must be asking me. Yes. Let us say your child comes with a report card and you find that he has lost out on 2 marks and he's probably, second in class or whatever it is. And then you're really agitated because you've spent whole time teaching him. You only taught him. It's not your examination. Remember this. Cool down, calm down, take a deep breath, and then start the open-ended question. What do I mean by open-ended question? Give him a scope to explain. Give him a scope. You understand the situation, not him. But saying that you got less marks, why did you get less marks? You're only pointing a finger at him. Instead, if you were to say, okay, fine, this is the question that has been asked, what could be the answer to this? The child will definitely open up at the session to say, yes, this could be the answer. So where do we think that we have gone wrong? So by putting that word we, what happens is there is a communication between you and him. He believes that, yes, you are with him. So what are the things that we could have done better? What if you were given this kind of a situation? What if your passport is lost? Or what if your bus pass is lost? Or kind of situation wherein the child will be able to give him an answer to you and have a discussion. These are called the open-ended question. So my dear parents, next time when you have a conversation with your child, it is a conversation. A conversation is a two-way communication. It's not instruction. So have that quality conversation with your child. Brainstorm with him. It could be on a smaller trivia topic or it could be a magnified topic. It could be whatever you want. Have a discussion. Imagine you were. What if it had to happen? What do you think would be the expenses that we are spending at home? So let us all understand that open-ended question has got broader spectrum and you will have a better realization. That is why I just gave you the example of the grade 1 children who were co-creating a story on themselves. So if your children are so ripe enough, why not we make use of this? So instead of a closed-ended question, which is just a yes and no, make it an open-ended question, which means there is a scope for him telling you the answer. So this questioning session, I hope it has satisfied your needs. So next time when you have a conversation, think of open-ended question. Usha signing off. See you in my next session. Thank you.